Online poker review. Playing poker is fun if you know how the game works. In this video, you will learn all you should know about playing poker online. So, even if you're a newbie, you can learn in a few minutes and begin playing at a table for real money. Poker comes in several variations, but the most played is No Limit Texas Hold'em. To win, you must make the best 5-card poker hand from the cards you were dealt and the shared cards on the table. However, before we look at how the game is played, let's run through the card rankings from top to bottom. The best possible hand you can have is a straight flush, a 5-card arrangement consisting of the 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace in the same suit. This hand is unbeatable, but your chances of being dealt such an arrangement are 1 in 2,598,960. A straight flush is the second highest and rarest hand in poker. This means having 5 numbers in a row, all of the same suit. For instance, you can get a 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, or any other combination in a row. Following this is a 4 of a kind, which means having 4 of the same card values regardless of their suit and an extra card. Next is a full house, also known as the boat. This is the combination of 3 cards of the same rank and an exact 2 of a different rank. There's the flush, which is different from a straight or royal flush. You get the cards in the same suit, it doesn't matter how they're arranged. The straight hand is one where you get 5 cards in a row, not all of the same suit. There's the 3 of a kind, where you get 3 cards of the same value and any other 2 cards. Following closely is 2 pair, consisting of a pair of cards from one rank, another from a different round, and the last card of a different value. An example is getting King, Jack, Jack, 6, and 6. The suit plays no role here. The second to last hand you can get is 1 pair containing a pair of same value cards. 2 aces are the highest, while a pair of 2s is the lowest. The worst is a high card with no similar cards. So, how do you play poker? First, you should know that a poker table can sit up to 10 players, but their positions differ, starting with the dealer button. To the left of the dealer is the small blind. The player in that position has no choice but to place the first bet, which would be half the full bet amount at the table. To the left of the small blind is the big blind, and the player in this position is also forced to place a blind bet, this time the full amount. The exception is a heads-up game where there are only 2 players. In this case, the player by the dealer button becomes the small blind, and the second player is the big blind. The real action begins when 2 cards, also known as the whole cards, are dealt face down, beginning with the small blind. Since the first 2 players to the immediate left of the button have placed their wagers, the player to the left of the big blind begins the first betting round. The player can make either of 3 decisions based on the 2 cards they've been dealt. They can fold and wait for the next game, or call by betting the exact amount as the big blind. Finally, they can raise by wagering over the big blind amount. Doing this, they set a new bet amount that other players on the table must match or raise. If other players fold, the round is over, but if 2 or 3 players match or raise the bet, we see the flop. This is when 3 cards are dealt face up in the middle of the table, also called community cards. They are shared by every member still in the game. That is, you combine your whole card and the 3 cards to make a 5-hand poker hand. But that's not all. The second round begins with the player to the left of the button, if he's still in the game. He can choose to check or bet. Checking means he's still in the game, but he passes the action to the next player who can check or bet. Note that you can't check if the previous player had not placed a bet. If the betting round ends with at least 2 players in, a 4th card, also called the turn, is dealt face up amongst the community cards. Another betting round follows before the river card, the last community card, is dealt face up. Now, players have 7 cards from which they can make the best 5-card combination. This could be one of your whole cards and 4 community cards, 2 whole cards and 3 community cards, or even the 5 community cards. After the last betting round, you show your hand and win all the chips in the pot if it's the best. Now that you know how poker works, you can try some free games to improve your skills.